Shares of Chipotle are extending its losses by just a bit. We're off about 0.5% here this morning after the company announced its chief financial officer, Jack Hartung, friend of the show, will retire after nearly 25 years with the company. Now, Hartung will continue in his role through the end of the year, and then he will be replaced by Adam Rymer. He is Chipotle's current vice president of finance. For more on Chipotle's C-suite shakeup, we're going to bring in our very own Brian Sazzi, executive editor here. Brian, so what does this ultimately mean here for Chipotle?
Well, I wrote on the Yahoo Finance live blog this morning. I encourage everybody to check it out. That Jack is one of my favorite CFOs, right along with Jack Hartung and the CFO over at Walmart. And really because it reflects a few things. He's just a good human being. He knows his numbers, strategic operator. He cares about his employees. So for me, he checked a lot of boxes in all the years that I've gotten to know him. And really, I thought we went back to our arsenal of time with Jack, and I really thought this quote on him talking to us in April about the outlook for inflation really rung true and remains relevant to this day. Take a listen.
They will keep the Chipotle in their budget for a longer period of time. We like the underlying trends that we saw in the first quarter. They've continued into April so far. And we're just going to keep motoring. And, our view is if we keep executing at a high level, customers will keep visiting.
And I didn't want to make this sound like an obituary. Jack is very much alive. I exchanged a brief email with him last night. I don't think Jack is done. I'm unsure what his next chapter is. He didn't tell me. Now, Hugh Johnston, he spent mid-decades over at PepsiCo. Now in November of 2023, he is now the CFO of Disney. Do I see Jack maybe in late 2025, early 2026, maybe doing something similar? Perhaps. Bottom line is Jack has made a lot of money. And what people don't realize, he was actually on the board of Chipotle when it was owned by McDonald's. So he has literally grown this chain right along initially with founder Steve Ells from 200 locations. Now he's been, of course, leading it with Brian Niccol, the CEO, to over 3,500 locations. He hands off to his finance team, his new CFO, a playbook to take this chain to about 7,000 locations over the next decade. I mean, Jack has done a heck of a job, has made a lot of money doing it, but above all else, he's just a good human being.
I mean, it's like, what more could you ask for, both from an investor standpoint and if you are Jack and you're looking at all of your accomplishments as the CFO of Chipotle, where as a CFO, you have to give out a lot of no's to people. You almost have to manage up even to the CEO, as Sean and I were talking about at our desks even, to say, here's what we can spend on and here's what is going to be risky for us to spend on, but we'll still greenlight, and here's what's an absolute no. So it's a tough position to be in, but when you're going out to shareholders saying, hey, we get you a 50-for-1 stock split, or hey, we're able to guarantee or deliver these shareholder returns over an extended period of time, like you kind of rest on that laurel and you say, you know what, I'm gonna ride off into the sunset and I can decide where to chart my course from here.
No, it's so on the mark, Brad. Really, I don't think there was anything left for Jack to achieve. You mentioned the stock split. I mean, he's leaving essentially on top. And just lastly, real quick, I think it was our executive producer, Val Cavallo, brought this up, thinking like, why is the stock down when you lose this type of CFO? I mean, you have to keep in mind that Chipotle stock has been up almost like this in a straight line for the past 2 years. So it is a stock very much priced for perfection. You can see that gain in Chipotle. And the street doesn't like change. I think they're used to Jack. They're used to how he communicates stories. They're used to how he does business. He comes out with earnings guidance. They beat it. And not that the incoming CFO is inexperienced, but they haven't been a CFO before. And the street is unsure how they will communicate guidance, how will they deliver earnings, will they raise prices, won't they raise prices? So anytime you see this type of change, sometimes it's not well received. But again, good luck to the incoming CFO. If they were trained by Jack, they will probably do a good job.
Adam Rymer, it looked like within the press release, he's been there for 15 years, so a veteran for Chipotle. We'll see what's
a lot of bowls over 15 years.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Sas, thanks so much for taking the time this morning.